discuss one of the costliest topic ever in the world. That is none other than our near dear gold. So guys, gold has always been a safest investment ever for many Indians. Especially women of India tend to buy gold as it's a status symbol for many, and for some it's a symbol of tradition that our ancestors gave us as a symbol of goddess Lakshmi Devi. You know guys, why we call the gold as the safest investment ever? It's because of its rate of growth from the past few decades. If you see in the case of stock market, if you invest in the stock market or mutual funds and also any investment products, the risk of getting profit will be always on the higher side. But when it comes in the case of gold, the value of gold has always been increasing from the past few decades. If you see, even if the price declines, it will be very minimal when compared to its growth. Now you can see the graph where the rate of growth is always on higher side and the rate of decline is very minimal when compared to its growth. Let's see a brief history about the gold. In the past, during the time of Egyptians, gold has been used in the form of currency. That is, gold coins are used to trade their goods and services. Later on, a promissory note has came into the picture. That is none other than our currency notes, which are being backed up by the gold value, that are used in the form of trade because of the safety and theft concerns. After World War II, superpower, that is none other than our US dollar, came into the picture and replaced gold in the trade scenario of the economy. Coming back to present day scenario, if you see what are the factors that influence the price of the gold, firstly it is supply and demand, which is common in every commodity that determines the price of particular commodity. Secondly, inflation. Whenever the value of money decreases, it means what? We have to pay extra money to get the same quantity of gold which we used to get in the past. So in this way, gold price will be increased due to inflation. Thirdly, if we see that whenever during the time of crisis or a pandemic, people will run towards the gold because they feel it as a financial security blanket. Why? Because during the times of crisis, people will be worried about their future. So that's why they will be tend to invest in the gold, so that whenever in the case of emergency they can liquefy into cash and get their things done. For example, if you see in the COVID-19 scenario, before COVID-19, the prices of the gold were in the range of 30 to 35,000. Whereas after the COVID-19 scenario, if you see the same gold price, it has hiked up to 50 to 55,000 rupees. Lastly, Federal Bank interest rates will also affect the price of the gold. You may wonder how will Federal Bank interest rates has a relation with gold price, right? There comes into the picture, that is opportunity cost of holding gold. Let's understand this. So for example, if Federal Bank lowers its interest rates, it will reduce the returns earned on the savings account and bonds and securities of the USA. So for example, Federal Bank lowers its interest rates. So this will result in earning of less returns on its savings account, bonds and securities. So ultimately, investors will transfer their money from their which they have invested in the bonds to the gold, because they can earn more profit on the price appreciation of the gold in the future when compared to the interest earned on these securities and bonds. Similarly, when the Federal Bank raises its interest rates, what happens is that the earnings on the bonds and securities will be on higher side. So investors in the market will transfer their money from the gold holdings to the bonds and securities in order to earn more. Ultimately, this will lead to the price drop of the gold in the market. So, summing up, the cumulative effect of global inflation of 6.5% followed by the rising demand of gold by China, and also the geopolitical tensions like Russia-Ukraine war, Israel-Gaza war, Red Sea tensions, and pandemics like COVID-19 pandemic, and also the recent news of Federal Bank interest rate cuts have led to the rise in the price of the gold of 70,000 rupees per 10 grams of gold. So this is the story behind the rising price of the gold. So thanks for watching. Signing off for today.